What's good? You're watching Cat's Corner here at DJ's Universal Comics, episode 15. And today, before we get into our picks, I just want to talk about, we got a big cinematic year for comic books.
Yeah. I was just having this conversation a little bit earlier with the customer and just trying to figure out, like, again, Avengers Infinity is gonna just... Man, if you're not Marvel, I'm sorry. that's all I gotta say. But we're talking how movies have come along over the years. Me being a little bit older than you, just you see stuff. I mean, from the bad Fantastic Four thing that from back in early '90s to the padded Captain America. The Dolph Lundgren Punisher with the skull on the gun. That was the only Punisher reference. The TV shows you had. I mean, again, back then. We were like excited, it was cool,
right?
Compared
to nothing.
We had nothing. We had cartoons, and those were But to see what's been going on, man, whether you're like it or not, it's been some amazing stuff. And like you said, this year's been crazy.
I mean, we got started with Black Panther, and now the big one that everyone's been talking about. I mean, everyone's been waiting for Thanos to finally be on screen, and not just his little cameos at the end of the films, but like actually yeah, be a part of the story. So, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I really hope Marvel doesn't mess this one up.
I don't see. Look, I don't see them. I don't see it how. Honestly, I mean, yeah, you could be a hater and you can dissect, but I don't see it how. I mean, it's you've had a talking tree, bro.
Right.
I mean, you had a talking tree
raccoon.
And a talking raccoon.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had Xandar, you had the Nova Corps, you had what's his name, Ronan. I mean, they've set things up that you can tell that they know how to handle.
Right.
On the Thor end too. I mean, you got stuff that you're like you never see.
Right.
And Thanos is just gonna be. I hope it's not the culmination of it all, where there's gonna be bigger and again you consider okay, what's bigger than Thanos? Well, Fantastic Four and X-Men and the next 10 years.
Well, Doctor Doom and Galactus. There's a lot
there's so much, and it's gonna be. I think for me this is gonna be a movie that I've never seen a movie more than once in the theater, right, baby G? but I think this is gonna be a movie that I'll probably go 2-3 times to go see it, just to get that,
right?
That fanboy orgasm. You know what I mean?
We're gonna get a cat tear this time, maybe, potentially.
No, there's a tear almost every movie, But shit, when Paul Walker died in Fast 7, I mean, I was like, every time I watch that, there's a tear. So I'm sensitive to movies, I'm not this callous guy. Oh, cat doesn't like anything. Oh yeah. But it's fun. I mean, not just that, but you're gonna have Solo, and Solo looks good too.
Right.
There's a bunch of other things.
Well, Deadpool 2's coming out.
Deadpool 2,
we're gonna have Cable. We're gonna have Domino.
Who knows what they're gonna throw at it? And hopefully we don't see any more pegging. But then maybe I can enjoy it. But not that I have anything against it. But not in I don't think Deadpool should be getting pegged. But.
I actually wouldn't pass Deadpool to get pegged, but
but yeah, there's awesomeness all over the place. I believe it or not, I'm looking forward to the Bloodshot movie. Just because it's Vin Diesel. I mean, I want to see. I mean,
how bad come out this year?
I don't know when, but how bad can it be?
Right.
Riddick with a dot on his chest. I love Riddick, so it's fun.
Do you think they're gonna paint him white?
I'm sure they'll. Oh, you have to.
Okay.
And I think he's game enough to do it.
Okay.
I mean, I think Vin's shown that he can do stuff.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, you have to. There's that's not Bloodshot then. They call it something else.
People do weird shit. I mean, Domino, they're not painting her white, So
we can go into that, but we're good with But yeah,
I'm excited. We're 2 weeks away, a little more than 2 weeks away from Infinity War. I mean, it's everything. If you've been watching since the first MCU film, since Iron Man in 2008, like this is what we've been waiting for. And I can't say I think Age of Ultron's probably the only film that disappointed me a little bit, but I still had a good time watching it. But for the most part, the MCU's been on point. Well. There are a couple of the Iron Man movies too. The 2 and 3 weren't the best,
but still, I mean, they're still watchable.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, It has a flow.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The formula's there. But anyways, let's get into our picks for the week. Was it April 11th?
Yep.
What do you got for it?
Well, I'm gonna start with Dark Horse. Issue 2 of American Gods comes up at the second arc, and it was number 1 was received really good. The first storyline was sold well. So if you're a fan of game and Action Comics, the 80 years hardcover coming out this week. So if you're a fan, I definitely recommend picking it up. See what they put in there, a bunch of short stories and stuff like that. On the story end, like I said, I've been liking the Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps storyline. And you got the reintroduction of the Dark Stars again, which was a cool thing back in the 90s, early 2000s. So we'll see that.
I've seen a lot of that lately, like bringing back characters from the 90s. It's coming back.
Stuff, I mean, they own them. Might as well use it. May do something with them. You got Flash continuing the Grodd storyline, which has been really good, probably leading up to the Flash Wars. I've been liking Suicide Squad. It's violent. I mean, they're decomposing that. They're tearing down that group viciously too. It's not like, it's a good read. You got Wonder Woman 44, which is I've been loved. Like I said, I've said it before. James Robinson's been really good on it, and it's really solid storytelling. And we're finally getting Immortal number 1 with Jim Lee art, but I don't think he's going past issue 1. I think issue 3 already has a new artist on it, so we'll see how good this story is.
It's amazing how that guy used to pump out stuff in the 90s, like left and right, and then now it's
dude, you run a company.
He's busy. He's a busy guy.
You're not. I mean, and as a fan, you appreciate when he does stuff. You just wish he would draw stuff that has substance.
Right.
I want to see him do Batman again. I want to see him do characters that we know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was great on Suicide Squad for a minute, but again, it's Suicide Squad. Have him epic, man. Justice League, something huge. But I get it. You're trying to push new characters out, push your mark out.
He's the head of the video game division, right? Like,
is he video? I don't know what. I mean,
for a while there, he was in charge of all the art for the video games.
But he's one of the head honchos over there. So one of the most successful Image guys. To come out. Smartest guy out of the whole Image group, in my opinion. But that's my DC stuff.
Okay. DC stuff for me, I got 4 books this week. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, number 21. I really like the Kamome Shirahama covers because they're kind of anime, but not completely anime looking. And that book is actually sold out at online stores. They do pretty well, so something to pick up. Always cover price. Justice League of America, number 28, another Matina variant. I think we're gonna get a Matina variant every week.
Yeah.
If you guys were watching last week, that Deathstroke book,
that book is gone.
Yeah, it's a $15 book now. It's gonna keep going up too for a little while.
Low print run. Nobody, not just because the Matina cover, but you have the storyline where Batman comes at him. Hey, you might be the dad of Damian.
Right.
So we'll see where they go with that. But yeah, that book flew off the shelves.
Batman's trying to go all Maury Povich. I ain't the dad.
Yes. Can see him sitting on the couch. And I was like, Maury, you're not the dad. Damn it. Talia, you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Supergirl number 20. Art Germ variant. I thought he was
issue,
done.
Right?
Is it the last one?
I think this is 20 is the last issue of the series.
If you haven't picked up, they're really nice covers.
This one's a really cool one.
Yeah, I like it. You'll see it up on the screen. One thing I'd say about it is these are good to collect in sets, and you can put the set together. If you want to resell them, get all of the covers he did for Supergirl together, sell them all together at once, and you'll turn a nice little profit. Or keep them. They're really nice covers, especially if you're an Art Germ fan.
And even if you don't have a set, because of the Image has been using, and if you notice, the last, I don't know how many issues, he's been doing a Supergirl from a different era and a different costume.
Okay, yeah.
So you can, I like this Supergirl, I like that Supergirl. I mean, last issue had the Peter David Supergirl?
Yeah.
So the issue before was, I think, Matrix Supergirl. I think this one is the Michael Turner Supergirl, the outfit that Michael Turner introduced. Because I was looking like, why does that costume look familiar? Oh, and it just clicked right now. Yeah, it's the Michael Turner era. But yeah, no, it's definitely our Jim. You know, he's the man.
And he's one of those guys where you know it's him right when you see it. He's got his own style.
Oh yeah, it's
very very
painted anime.
Yeah,
very cool.
There you go. Good stuff. And then finally, I do it every other week. Jenny Frison, Wonder Woman. This cover's got Superman on it. It's a real cool looking cover. I'd check it out. I mean, and read it too. Kat's a big fan of the actual book itself. So
well, this month they're running because it is Action 1000. Almost every DC book has a Superman theme.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, so like the Hal Jordan, almost literally Flash. I mean, every DC book, if you look at it, the variant has a Superman theme to it because it's action.
Okay, I did see the detective comics for this week.
I mean, Flash is just him running, but you could see the blue and yellow streak, you know, going by.
Right.
On the Image end, there's a few titles. Gideon Falls #2, #1 sold out really well. I mean, sold out, and they got a second print. Story's pretty solid. You got Oblivion Song #2, and then there's one book that I'm looking for. I'm not a indie guy by any means, you guys know me, but I really like Kyle Higgins and the stuff he does when he does straight superhero stuff, and he's got a new book coming out called Deadhand. It's feels like it's a very James Bondish book.
I read the description. It's like a post-Cold War.
And it sounds interesting. The art looks great. You know, definitely it's going to be on my read for this week.
Well, we got a huge. I'm looking at Kat's list.
Just overall, it's a huge week for for good reads. But Marvel's. I mean, you got the next chapter of the Avengers saga, the weekly book.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's been a solid book. You know, we'll see what happens with the Hulk. It's going to lead into the Immortal Hulk, #1. You got Captain America 700, and I don't know how much longer after that they're going to run it. But Ta-Nehisi Coates. We all know Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to take over #1 in a few months. So that's going to be interesting.
And Cap 700, they're introducing King Captain America, whatever that means. So,
well, it's a future storyline. Okay. So yeah, he's in the future. So we'll see.
Pick it up, check it out, see who can.
You know, it's Mark Waid.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go bad. Doctor Strange. I mean, Donny Cates. I love that book. Solid storytelling. You know. We got Exiles #1. If you're a fan of Blink, I mean, they're spotlighting Blink again. She's always been a fan favorite, so we'll see how this one is. You got Old Man Logan's been pretty solid storytelling. We'll see now with original Logan coming back. We'll see how they
phase him out.
How they phase him out, or what they're gonna do. I mean, dude, the 2 Star Wars book this week, Darth Vader and Thrawn, man. Both books have been solid storytelling, especially the Thrawn. You know, bringing this character into the canon universe. You got Thanos 18. I mean, I can't say enough about that book. 17 was gone in a blink. That book's what, $7-8 right now?
Yep. I mean,
the second print is going for like $10-15 online. It's crazy.
Yeah, Donny Cates Thanos is hot, and I mean, if you can get your hands on Space Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, he's already dead. They killed him, and people are still all about it. They love the character. So check it out.
And then you got a couple of noted, you got Venomized #2, you know, the next saga of the Venom symbiote storyline.
That's a miniseries, right? It's a 5-issue.
5-issue. Okay. And then X-Men Red #3. I mean, 1 and 2 have been solid. They've sold out both issues, so you know there's something to Jean Grey.
Okay.
And that's
my picks for the week from Marvel, all variants. I here to talk about it. Cap #700. I want to see what this King Cap thing is all about. Domino #1. They're reboot. I don't know if it's going to be a mini series or
I think it's an ongoing
series.
Gail Simone, so it's going to be solid storytelling.
Okay.
You know?
But Domino #1, it's the action figure variants already sold out at various online distributors. I don't know what the deal is with these action figure variants. I mean, they look cool. A lot of them look really cool. Some of them pick up, some of them don't. But just like I always say, when something sells out, I'll let you guys know about it. So check that out. Old Man Logan #38. So I think all month we're doing a 30th anniversary of Venom.
Right.
It's a really nice cover. I think it's Mark Bagley. No, it's not Mark Bagley. I don't know who the artist is, but it's a Venom and Punisher on the cover. Looks really nice. You'll see the image right there. Thrawn #3. Raza. I'm a big fan of Raza. I really like his artwork, and he's got a variant with that one. Looks really nice as well. These are all cover price variants as well. They're not themed. They're not racial variants. Yeah. Then Venomized #2, there's a Bagley variant. It's the classic Spider-Man pizza shot, but this time it's Venom hanging out on a ledge with a piece of pizza in his hand. So that's why it's cool looking. that's one to check out if you find it. Another one, it's one of those. I don't know how these work with.
I think the Venomized, most of just their I think they're open order variants.
Okay.
So you should be able, unless your store they're not a big fan of variants, you should be able to find a couple of copies.
It's a cool cover. Check it out. And always these covers are always lower print runs than the A covers. So they're always limited. So if something happens in the book, something to hold on to. And then finally, X-Men Red #3, the Venom variant by In-Hyuk Lee. Really, really nice looking variant. You see the picture up there. Something to look into and pick it up if you can.
And I got 2 books. I mean, with the Bloodshot movie coming out whenever, I recommend Bloodshot from Valiant. It's been pretty solid. I've been reading it here and there. I mean, I really like Shadow Man when it came out a couple of weeks back. Bloodshot I've been following. And there's a book coming out called Brother Dracul, which is a story about the Vlad Tepes and his brother. I mean, I'm interested to see, just because I'm from that part of the world, and he was actually the prince of where I lived back in the day. So I'm like, let me see this take on it. But that's just my indie pick. Just that's a personal favorite, just for what it is, you know.
This week there's I didn't really look into too many indie picks, although I did see something looked a little interesting. It's the Archies #6 from Archies Comics. It's featuring Blondie from the old late 70s, early 80s punk rock alternative band. It's like the A cover's it's a Greg Smallwood cover. It's a really nice looking cover. I have no idea what this book is about, but you know, something to look into. I know they did the Ramones were on the Archies book a few months back, and a lot of people liked it. So it's something to check out.
Yeah, every store sells it differently. I mean, it's kind of that. It died. The buzz on that whole Archie thing kind of slowed down a little bit from the initial release.
Right.
You know, with Riverdale's being on. I mean, there's not that crazy like it used to. But yeah, definitely check it out.
If you're a Blondie fan, check it out. See what it's about. Let us know. But anyways, that's going to do it for us. You know the drill. Smash that like button. Leave comments. Let us know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And we'll see you next time. Kat, take it away.
As always, put the iPad down. Get out. Buy a comic book. Support your local comic book store wherever you are. Buy print. Let's keep this thing rolling.